Hi, my name is Robin. In this video, I will be teaching you how to use the quadratic formula to solve quadratic equations. Let's jump right into it. So now, let's take quadratic formula method. A general quadratic equation, which is ax squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0. Here, the variable x was solved for using the completing the square method, and x is giving us minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So this formula here is known as the quadratic formula. So now, I will be teaching you on how to use this quadratic formula to solve a quadratic equation. For an example, you have x squared minus 5x plus 6 is equals to 0. The only thing you need to do here is to compare every quadratic equation given to you with this. So I have ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So here you can see that 0 is equal to 0, equal sign is equal to equal sign. This is plus 6 and this is plus c. So definitely c is equal to 6. So our c is equals to 6 here. Okay, x is equal to x. Okay, now you have b to be minus 5. Why? Because whenever you see this one is the same sign, so it doesn't matter. That is why I put 6 here. Plus times, you can just say plus times plus, you have 6x, and you have 6. But here you have minus and you have plus here. So plus times minus, you have minus. So b is minus 5. Here x squared is x squared. So what is here? 1. Imaginary 1 is here. So a is equal to 1. So you are able to know your a, your b, your c. So whenever you are using a quadratic formula method, the three things that you are required to find is your a, your b, and your c. Let's take another example. You have this. Okay, I want to get my a, my b, and my c here. The only thing is I just need to compare. So I will say this is a y squared plus by plus c is equals to 0. You can see here I'm using y because the quadratic equation given to us is y. So I will just switch this x to y. It's still the same thing. So here, y squared is same thing as y squared. So what is a? A is minus 2. So a is minus 2. Okay? Y is same thing as y. This is plus times ln, that is plus. So b is 10. B is equals to 10. Then c, plus times plus, so it's plus. So c is equals to 12. Easy. So that is the most important thing. Now, let's take an example and use that example to solve a quadratic equation using this formula. Let's dive right into it. Now, let's solve this quadratic equation. Solve the equation 5m squared plus 9m minus 2 is equals to 0. So here, we just need to compare this with what we have here, ax squared. So in this case, I'm writing m because the variable is m. Okay, so now, m squared is m squared. So here, our a is 5. Okay, so m is m, plus times plus is plus. So our b is 9. Then plus times minus is minus. So our c is minus 2.
So I've gotten my A, I've gotten my B, and I've gotten my C. Now, we are required to solve the equation. So in this case, remember the expression here, the variable here is x. That's why we said x is equal to. But in this case, our variable is m. So I will say using m is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So my m is equal to minus, what is b? B is 9 plus or minus square root. What is b? 9 squared. Okay? Then, remember, whenever you want to do 4ac, always put a bracket. There's a reason. I will let you know that later. So bracket 4 times what is a? 5 times what is c? Minus 2. All over 2a. What is a? 5. Okay? So now in this case, we just need to simplify things out. So we have m is equal to minus 9 plus or minus 9 squared means 9 times 9, which is 81, minus 4 times 5, 20. 20 times minus 2, that is minus 40. Over 2 times 5 is 10. Okay, so this is minus 9 plus or minus 81. So 81 minus times minus, that is plus, that is 40 over 10. So m, that is minus 9, okay, plus or minus. If you add this together, that is square root of 121 over 10. Now, so this is minus 9 plus or minus, okay, square root of 121, that is 11, okay, so 11 over 10. So what this means is that m is equal to minus 9 plus or minus. So I'll write plus first, plus 11 over 10, or I write minus 9. Now I've used this plus, the next is to use minus, so minus 11 over 10. So m is, what is minus 9 plus 11? That is 2 over 10. Minus 9 minus 11, that is minus 20 over 10. So here, m is equal to, here, 2 here 1, 2 here 5. So that is 1 over 5, okay? Or 0 cancels 0. So 10 here, that is minus 2. So m is equal to 1 over 5 or minus 2. Easy. I will take more questions so that you can have deep understanding of using quadratic formula method. Now, in this question, we're asked to solve this equation. But if you look at this equation here, it's not in the same form with this one here. What I meant about is not in the same form is that we want the right hand side to be equal to 0. And if you look at the right hand side, it's not equal to 0 yet. So I can say 6y squared. Let's bring 17y. Remember, there's a plus here, imaginary plus. If you bring it to the other side, that is minus 17y. Then this is minus 12. If you bring it to the left hand side, that is plus 12. So this is now equal to 0. So now it's in the same form with that. So now let's compare. Remember, if you're comparing, you write your general quadratic equation using the variable you are given. You are given variable y here, so y squared plus by plus c is equals to 0. So let's get our a, let's get our b and c. So y squared is y squared. So what is my a? My a is 6. So a is 6. Our y is same thing as our y. Remember, plus times minus is minus. So our b is minus, what is b? 17. Plus times plus is plus. So c, our c is 12. So I've gotten my a, I've gotten my b, I've gotten my c. So the next thing is to rewrite this quadratic formula in terms of the variable given. We are given variable y. So I will say using y is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Right? So now, let's impute what our b is, our a is, and our c is, and we continue with that. So here, y is equal to minus b. What is b? Minus 17. I'll put that in brackets. See that? Plus or minus b squared. What is b? Minus 17. That is minus 17 squared. Minus. Remember, this part, always put a bracket before you write that part. So 4 times, what is a? 6. What is my c? 12. All over 2a. What is my a? 6. So let's simplify this further so that we can get the values of y. So let's simplify. So y is equal to minus times minus, that is plus. So plus 17. You don't have to write the plus there, it's okay. Plus or minus. This is minus 17 squared. That is minus 17 times minus 17. So minus times minus, that is plus. 17 times 17, that is 289. Then you have minus here. Then 4 times 6, 24. 24 times 12, I'll use calculator here. 24 times 12, that is 288. So this is 288. All over. 2 times 6, that is 12. So this is 17, which is this one, plus or minus. Okay, so 289 minus 288, that is 1 over 12. So y is equal to, here can still be 17 plus or minus. What is the square root of 1? That is 1 over 12. So y is 17 plus, let's use plus first before we use minus. Or 17, then I use minus. Minus 1 over 12. So 17 plus 1, that is 18 over 12. Or 17 minus 1, that is 16 over 12. So here, 3 can go here. How many 3 here? 6. Or we can say how many 6? 6 can go directly. Okay? So how many 6 here? 3. How many 6 here? 2. Or 4 here. 4. 4 here. 3. So my y is 3 over 2 or 4 over 3. Or I can say y is equal to, this is one whole number 1 over 2, that is a mixed fraction, or one whole number 1 over 3. Easy. We'll take more questions so you can be confident of using quadratic formula method. Now, let's take this question. If you look at this here and this, they are in the same form, right? Not really. The reason is that I have to arrange them so that the variable that we have here can have from the highest to the lowest power. Okay? What is my variable here? My variable here is p. But you can see the lowest, which is power 1 here, is starting this equation. So I want this one to start first. So I would rearrange this. So I'm writing minus 3p squared, right? The next one is this one. This is, there's imaginary plus here. So plus 4p. Then the next one is this. So plus 6 is equals to 0. Now, they are in the same form. Because the variable p here, the power is starting from 2 and it's descending. So now they are in the same form. So now, you need to always be sure that the variable having the highest power is starting the equation like this before you get your a, your b, and your c. Okay, so now let's compare. So this is AP squared plus BP plus C is equals to 0, right? So P squared is equals to P squared here. So what is our A? Our A is minus 3, right? P is equal to P. Plus times plus is plus. So our B is equal to 4. Plus times plus is plus. So our C is equal to 6. So I've gotten my A, I've gotten my B, and I've gotten my C. Now, let's use the formula. So I will say using, what is my variable? Is P. So P is equal to minus B plus or minus square root of B squared minus 4AC all over 2A. Easy. Now, let's put our values. Minus, what is B? B is 4 plus or minus. B is 4, so 4 squared minus, put your bracket, 4AC, 4. What is A? Minus 3. What is C? 6 all over 2A. What is A? Minus 3. Easy. Now, the next thing is to just simplify this. So let's do that now. So, simplifying this, P is equal to minus 4 plus or minus 4 squared is 16, right? Minus 4 times 3. 4 times minus 3, minus 12. Minus 12 times 6, that is minus 72. All over 2 times minus 3, that is minus 6. So I have minus 4 plus or minus. Okay? So this is 16. Minus times minus, that is plus. So 72 over minus 6. So P. So this is minus 4 plus or minus. Okay? 16 plus 72, that is 88. So 88 over minus 6. So this is minus 4 plus or minus square root of 88. Let's press calculator. So square root of 88. So my square root of 88, that is 9.380 over minus 6. So P here is equal to minus 4. Let's use plus first. Plus 9.380 over minus 6, or minus 4. Now we're using minus 9.380 over minus 6. So here I'm going to use calculator. I will say minus 4, okay, plus 9.380. So that will give me plus 5.38 over minus 6, or I will use calculator here. This is minus 13.380 over minus 6. So P is equal to 5.38 divided by minus 6. Okay, so this will give me minus 0.8966, or I divide this one, minus divided by minus, that is plus already. So 13.380 divided by 6. So here I will have 2.23. So that is P. Now I'm going to quickly help you with something here. Minus times minus, plus, minus times plus, minus, plus times minus, minus, plus times plus, plus, minus divided by minus, plus, minus divided by plus, minus, plus divided by minus, minus, plus divided by plus, plus. So keep this, it's going to be useful for you. Good. I'm happy that you are able to stay to the end of this video. In my next video, where I will be telling you, more importantly, some secrets in quadratic equation. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.